Greetings and salute. This is Elder Blacklight. Early bird catches the worm. This is Detroit, approximately 51, 52 years ago. I was about 21, 20, something like that. This video here is just to show the new school brothers and sisters how we rolled back in the day. Now this was concerning the riots and a military occupation or police occupation in Detroit. This was a nationwide conversation through the little limited technology that we had back in those days. You might have to break this up into two parts, but this is the first part. Reverend Clegg in Detroit addressing the white police chief. One thing I want to say and stipulate that those riots led us up to a black mayor, Mayor Coleman Young, black police chief, and he made sure that Mayor Young made sure that the police department was 50-50, 50% black, 50% white at all times, and you had to live in the city. And he was mayor for 20 years, and since then we had 3 black mayors, and now we still got a black police chief, and they're trying to get rid of him. Black Lives Matter don't know that black people been in control here, even though we are losing control, slipping, we still are in control, and we can handle this. So let's get to it. Let's go in on it, as y'all say.
Everybody knows police brutality exists. For police officers to take our time to waste the time of an entire nation talking about they never heard of police brutality, they don't know what black people are talking about, they can't prove it. We know in Detroit, anytime a black person is brutalized by the police, he goes into court and he's arrested for assault and battery. Now the basic issue is so simple, and nobody will even touch it because you're afraid to touch it. You are deliberately trying to evade the issue. Everybody is trying.
Reverend Clegg, if you can hear me.
The thing is that in the United States we are engaged in a power struggle between black people and white people. You don't want to say it. You don't want to hear it said. You want to talk to somebody else. You got a nut sitting there someplace who says he's a police official who hasn't said one thing all night. There is a power struggle going on, and black people have decided they're not going to tolerate oppression any longer. Now, police brutality is a very deliberate thing. It's a part of American life. America has decided that black people are to be kept in subjection. It's an army of occupation that the white power structure keeps in the black ghetto. We know. Now, don't talk about what is the incident, how much it is. We know what it is.
Reverend Clegg, let me ask you a question.
The power structure knows it. White people know it. Throughout America, white people know what white policemen are doing.
Let me ask you a question, Reverend Clegg.
Know what it is. Everybody knows what it is. Now, black people are not going to permit police brutality to go on.
Reverend Clegg.
City in America.
Reverend Clegg.
We had in almost 100 cities race violence last summer. If police brutality continues, we'll have it in 200 cities next summer. Now, white people know that. Something has got to be done about it. We are wasting time. Let's come to the issue.
I can't seem to get Reverend Clegg's ear, and without seeming to seem irreverent or disrespectful, we're going to shift to Philadelphia, where the chief of police of Detroit is in the Philadelphia studio, Chief Assel. Can you add something to this dialogue, Mr. Parcell?
Yes,
You're the president, I believe, of the Detroit Police Officers Association. Are you on leave from your duties as chief?
I'm not the chief of police. I'm the head of the Police Officers Association.
I stand corrected. Please go ahead.
I'd certainly like to answer the Reverend Cleage. I think there's been many self-appointed leaders throughout the Negro community who have stated that they represent the Negro. And I think it's a proven fact that in these areas where they had a vote for police officers, and right in Watts, right after the riot there, they voted on a pension system for the Los Angeles police officers, and it collected 75% out of the Watts area. In Detroit, where there was over 600,000 Negroes, very few of these people participated in the riot. And I think that in the next week there's going to be a committee of Negro leaders, business leaders, stand up and make a statement, make a combined statement that no one speaks for them. Rat Brown don't speak for them. Reverend Cleage doesn't speak for them.
Officer Purcell, would you address yourself more specifically to the problem in Detroit rather than the problem elsewhere?
Yes, I think that the Reverend Cleage himself states that he speaks for the people of Detroit. I have to say that in Detroit, that there were over 600,000 Negroes in Detroit, and certainly they did not participate in any riots. Reverend Cleage has stated that the only thing that the riot proved was that the Negroes could uprise, and it did not prove anything because it was fought to a standstill. And I think that he made a statement that if he had help from other Negro leaders like Carmichael and Rat Brown, that certainly it would not be a standstill and they would have won. Now I asked him, what did the Negro community want? The Negro community has come forward to the police department, Detroit, and asked for more police protection. They want protection. They have asked for more community programs, and I'm happy to say that in our letter to the police commissioner, we too have requested more police community relations, and I think that they are about to set up a storefront system in Detroit where a patrolman will be involved in it, where they will be talking to the people in the community. But at the same time, when we are charged with defending ourselves, certainly we are here in defense of the police department. We're here in defense of all policemen.
Reverend Cleage, excuse me, Reverend Cleage.
I'd like to answer the Reverend also.
He is the one that advocated that the police department join rifle clubs so they could get superior weapons to kill black people during the next revolution.
I would like to answer him for that.
Reverend Cleage, let me
You
just...
have to understand the basic issue which is still being avoided in Detroit.
You're avoiding my questions,
The mayor of the
Reverend
city of
Cleage.
Detroit has advocated superior weapons for the white police department, the Army of Occupation. He has advocated $9 million, and I'd like to have a witness say something about the Stoner rifle, which is the most deadly weapon ever conceived, that is now being purchased in huge quantities by the Detroit Police Department. And I'd like to ask Reverend Charles Butler.
Now we're going to pause it. But see, we had a different frame of mind back in those days. We didn't march when the revolution jumped off. Y'all want to say it's a riot, so it don't matter what terminology you use. But when it jumped off, we didn't march. We just started shooting. Yeah, there were those that was looting, but there was a lot of those that was sniping. They don't want to talk about that, but they're going to talk about it in the next segment of this video right here. See, y'all just want to march up and down the street, try to get people to vote for Democrats. They want to, y'all know what I'm talking about. The Democrats want to disarm the black community. But you notice they didn't say nothing about the Nation of Islam. The Nation of Islam wants to separate. And once we separate, Allah, which he's intervening right now Washington, Oregon, California are on fire. And remember, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that America will burn. Well, gradually, with fire, water, earth, the elements of natures are weapons of Allah. They belong to Allah. All we got to do, brothers and sisters, is clean up our act, get righteous, separate. But if you're going to go the other route, quit messing around and get down. Sugar and sugar, salt and salt. Stay tuned for part 2. If I can't open up your eyes, it ain't my fault.